What's happening, everybody? It is Sunday afternoon, time for another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. And I'm your one host, Jay.
And I'm your number two host, Peg. Hi, everybody.
And together we made JPEG. See how funny that is? Haha. And guess what? It is number 50. It's thrifty over 50, number 50.
And we almost might have not had a show tonight.
I know.
I called
Mom's in the middle of a hurricane. Tornado.
Tornado warnings. I mean, the sirens are going off, and my kids are calling me, and Mom, you okay? And luckily, nothing drastic. So just, some winds came through. But I told Jason about an hour ago, I said, well, if I lose my power, I'll let you know. We might not have a show tonight, but we're okay. So we're able to roll, except Mom's a very sad camper today. The Cavs lost their first playoff game. Bummer.
I'm happy because one of the members of our chat is saying it's a big night tonight. Season finale of Walking Dead, premiere of Fear the Walking Dead, and our show. Like, wow, we garner the same air as the Walking Dead. All right, I like it. Heck
That's
yeah.
Nice. Well, after this, I've got American Idol because Mom loves American Idol, and American Country Music Awards are on tonight. So what's her name is back. Her accident with her face.
Oh yeah, Carrie.
Yeah. So Carrie Underwood. So so I got everything bintivo. So I will get to it eventually.
Cool. All right. So here's what we're talking about. We're back to talk about VERO a little bit more. Now, I hope you tuned in last week. We talked about VERO. If you did not tune in last week, that's no problem. This is not like, a murder mystery. You'll be able to follow the bouncing ball today, but I would highly recommend going back to last week and reading everything that we're watching everything we told you, because you need to know what VERO is if you're going to be selling on eBay, because you never want to get a VERO violation. And what's VERO stand for? VERO stands for Verified Rights Owner
Program.
So I'm going to boil it down for you. So we're going to do a little previously on Selling Past Your Expiration Date, number 49. We learned all about VERO. And so what that means is if you are selling an item, and for a variety of reasons this could happen, the rights owner says to eBay, yo, eBay, Peggy is not allowed to sell the item that she is selling. Typically, it's if you misuse a term that is copyrighted by them, or if it is a fake, if it is a knockoff. If Mom tries to sell some Nike shoes that were not real Nike shoes, but look like Nike shoes, and Nike says, hey, man, those aren't our shoes, eBay, by law, and that's the big part I want everyone to make sure they understand. By law, they have to remove the listing. There ain't no questions. There ain't no discussion period. You have that with the verified rights owner. Now, look at it this way. I didn't compare this last week. When you get pulled over by the police officer, you're going to do your damnedest not to get a ticket. But if you get a ticket, once that ticket starts, there is no point of arguing with the police officer anymore. Because at that point, the only person you can argue with is the judge. So when eBay has to pull something, you cannot argue with eBay because it is pointless, because they're following the law. That's what billion-dollar companies tend to like to do, is follow the law. Not always, but they do.
Yeah.
So you then have to talk to the rights owner, and they will give you the rights owner's contact information. Now, I've been down this road a few times with eBay. And all the VERO violations I've had, and I've had a few in my 18 years, but, 5 out of 18 years ain't that big of a deal. But you can then chat with the rights owner. And I meant to show you guys something. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, I was going to show you if I could find the actual item around my house. I was going to show you something, but I didn't find it while I was cleaning, and so I want to show you something. All right.
Oh, what do we got there?
Well, I got a VERO that was actually bullshit, and I did argue with the rights owner, and the person who was arguing with me, they didn't seem to know the history of this company. And so they didn't realize the item I was selling or trying to sell was actually a legit item. So This little notebook was put out by Instagram when they first started. It looks like their logo. It's a little square notebook. And it was pulled because Instagram said to eBay, that is not a legit Instagram product.
Mm.
And so I contacted Instagram by the email that eBay sent me. And where I wish I had the book, it was a typical notebook with paper in it. But what? Here's a prime example. You see Hello Kitty is printed on the paper? Well, the Instagram was printed on the paper too. If you're making a fake Instagram notebook, you are not spending the time and the money to print paper with the Instagram logo on it. So this was a legit Instagram notebook. They gave it away when they first started. So unfortunately, whoever I talked to was a new employee that did not know these were given away. And unfortunately, I bought like 7 of them because they were a cool thing. And so what I always recommend in any of these situations, you call in, you email whatever the violation you got. And I'm going to tell, actually, eBay, like the universe knew I was going to do this show. eBay pulled one of my listings this weekend. So you call in and you present your case with facts, no emotion.
Right.
And although I was right, and I could show instances online like this blog I'm on right now, where these were given away as little freebies, hey, we got this new app back when Instagram was new. They just weren't hearing it. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't keep at it. There was no point. Like I moved on. Like I was only going to make maybe $12 in profit per. And granted, times 7 is still nice, but I'm like, whatever. I can go list other things.
Right.
So I was right. They were wrong. I couldn't get them to see it, but I just strolled on.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You can't dwell on it. And I know some of our thrifting board people do dwell on those things, and you just have to move on, folks, because just go ahead and keep on listing and make more money. Forget about that.
But I went through the channels.
Yep.
Now, maybe this is a good time before we hop into really VERO and talk about what happened to me this weekend, because I had a listing pulled. Now, this is reason number 4,263 why you should be attending eBay Open. The variety of reasons are endless, but here you'll never know what you're gonna get. So some people balk at the money. Well, let me tell you, the money is cheap. They don't even break even based on what they charge us, and the food and the entertainment and this and that and the bus. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But that nominal fee kind of covers some of the costs. And so last year, if you were at eBay Open, you automatically, unbeknownst to us before we attended, you automatically got entered in the concierge program, which is a upper white glove type level of eBay customer support. Now, we didn't have to do anything to get it. We just had to have paid the $250 and attended. And so that has been so much more worth than the $250 I spent. It's crazy. So eBay concierge is a US based specialized team of customer service reps who are very well versed in everything eBay. So I had a listing pulled. I called today, which I don't ever recommend calling on Sundays. I don't care what program you're calling. Sundays are usually the people who are newly hired.
Right.
But I called today, and I presented my facts, and I'll tell you what the facts are in a quick second here. I presented my facts, and within 2 minutes, I was put on hold for a quick second, and within 2 minutes, I was talking to the person in charge of the department that was the reason my item got pulled. And guess what they said to me? Guess what words they used, mother?
You were right.
eBay said to me, we were wrong. We are very sorry. And we are going to talk with the team and we're going to reinstate your listing.
Excellent.
Now, think of all the complaints you have heard about customer service and all the whining and all the crying. And eBay said, we're wrong. We're sorry. I don't even need all that. I just needed them to hear the facts and to realize they made a boo-boo. And let me tell you how it went down real quick. Now, this was not a VERO violation, but still, it was a violation of their policies, or so they thought. So they did what they thought they had to do, and I did what I thought I had to do, and I had to call in. So here's what happened. I get this thing. After reviewing your account, we have taken the following actions. Some of all of your listings have been removed. The items you listed originated from Cuba, a country against which the United States is imposing an embargo. Because eBay is a company based within the United States, and its subsidiaries are bound by the trade restrictions of the United States government. As a result, we do not allow any products from Cuba, regardless of if they were made or brought into the country before the embargo. Okay, that's all very true. You can. So hopefully soon you can, because they got good rum. I need to get that on the shelves in my local liquor store.
You're drooling, I know.
Yeah, but guess what? My product was made in Honduras and sold in the United States at a major chain of clothing stores. Had nothing to do with Cuba, other than it was the logo of the rum brand from Cuba. So here's what the listing looked like. Havana Club, Cuba rum t-shirt, 3XL. I'm no longer a 3XL, so I'm selling all my 3XL shirts. And so when I got it pulled, I looked and there was like 300 Havana Club shirts. And I'm like, why was mine pulled? And so when I called in and they said, oops, our bad. And that took all of about 4 minutes. And I have a headset. So while I'm on hold, always be working. Hey, Tiki Pug Music, we have restored the following listing. It is now in the unsold. So please click relist. We're sorry for the inconvenience this has caused you.
See, they can be very nice.
If you would have attended, now it's not to say that I wouldn't have got a customer service rep and still presented the facts and still had the same outcome, but it took me a whopping 3, maybe 4 minutes tops on eBay Concierge on a Sunday, no less. Right. So I had an item pulled, not a VERO violation, but I had an item pulled that just bringing the facts and having a conversation without emotion, boom, I'm back in business.
Yep. That's all you gotta do. Just, we talked about this. We had a great Ohio meetup meeting, by the way, Jason, yesterday. Great group. And we talked a little bit about this. And we talked about when you call them, leave your emotions at the door. Don't be huffy. Don't get nasty. If you call in with a nice attitude and put a smile on that face, you are going to get good service from those people. They're really, really nice. I've never had a problem. I'm very nice with them, and they're pleasant as can be. You shouldn't have any difficulties with them whatsoever.
So money for missions is going to Cuba. Yeah, I'll be giving you some requests. So money for missions. I'm not exactly sure who you are in real life, but just message me on Facebook. You don't got to announce who you are.
And he says he'll bring it to you at the open, at eBay Open. Whoa,
yeah, so just hit me up on Facebook and we'll talk about it. All right, but let's talk about VERO. So if the rights owner of any product, Instagram, Nike, whatever, has your item pulled, yeah, you got to deal with it. But let's talk about we got some questions. So, Mom, hit me up with some questions.
We do. I'm going to go through what we have received. If you guys have anything else, please put it in the chat, and I'll keep watching the chat for Jason as he answers this. The first one comes from Lisa Powers. She says, "I know you cannot use certain words in the title, but I have heard those VERO words can be used in the body of the description. Is that so?"
Well, and that's the other thing, and I'm glad that question came up. I think a lot of people confuse keyword and keyword spamming with VERO. So keyword spamming is, if you are selling a Coogee sweater, here, I'll show you one just since in case y'all don't know. So here are Coogee sweaters, and this is going to be a bonus bolo for those of you who are not familiar with them, because let's look at the highest sold Coogee sweater. Woo! Oh, $650, $525. There you go. Wow. So these are Coogee sweaters. Here's someone using keyword spamming right here in the number 2. Biggie Smalls, otherwise known as Notorious B.I.G., one of the greatest rappers of all time, wore a lot of sweaters like this. Unless this is his brand or one he actually owned, you cannot use Biggie Smalls in the title. Now, that is called keyword spamming. So, if you were selling something that was an orca, which is a killer whale, and it wasn't SeaWorld related, and you put Shamu in the title, that is keyword spamming. So let's not confuse keyword spamming and VERO. It could drift in there. So if you are selling a Coach purse and you write not Gucci, Gucci can be like, hey, eBay, screw this guy, pull his listing because he's using our brand name as a keyword spam to talk about a Coach purse. But that's not always the case in keyword spamming. So,
right.
Hey, bottom line, use the words that are supposed. If you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, use the words that you're supposed to use for the items you're supposed to list. Don't try and be fancy and funny.
Just a little note in the chat from the Friendly Footprint. They said I had a VERO for Velcro in my description, not in the title. So here's what's weird about Velcro. Velcro's gotten really picky. And I don't know why, because typically it isn't the product.
Velcro is usually part of a product. So why they're all picky, I am actually not sure. I would love to know. But I love to sell Meritain and Francois Jabot jeans. Again, here's a bonus bolo for y'all who are just tuning in. And they made a lot of jeans with these Velcro strips around them in the 90s. And as you can see, there's 32 soles with Velcro in the title, and they don't seem to be, and there's 28 listings. They don't seem to be taking down the Velcro ones. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend using it, but they're weird how they're protecting their brand. But yeah, if you don't know it is Velcro, for 100%, you can't use it anywhere. They're being very, very protective. And look, anything that you do that has a listing pulled and say something else happens like in 2 days and you have a listing pulled, that could cause harm to your business. And you don't want that ever. Right. So don't try and be funny guy, funny girl. Like, I'm going to sneak Biggie Smalls in here. I'm going to sneak Velcro in there. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Christine Flannery says, but you can use Tom Selleck on that Hawaiian shirt of his.
Yep. So, yeah. This is our first on the fly show. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll show you exactly what she's talking about because that's a good example. Thank you for that good example.
Yeah, very good one, Christine.
All right, so this is the official. Let me find the solds. Yep, they're here. This is the official Tom Selleck shirt from Magnum PI. And every once in a while, eBay screws up and pulls this. But if you go to the Paradise Found website, Tom is wearing the shirt in the website. That is how they sell the shirt. That is the official shirt of Magnum PI and Tom Selleck. And so if the brand can use it, yes, you can too. So that's one of those times where it is okay because it is an official part of that specific shirt. And that specific shirt is also called Jungle Bird. So if you ever find this shirt, make sure you use Jungle Birds and Magnum PI.
Yep. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The one person says, I often just say French design instead of using Chanel, like, if it's Chanel or whatever it might be.
Oh, yeah. French design would work because that's kind of generic. So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can still paint a picture without encroaching on anybody's turf, then yes, absolutely do that.
Okay. All right. You want me to move on, honey, to the next question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from C.R. Sullivan. So Peg and Jason, other than the people who are on the VERO list of participants, can other company owners come in and say, this is not my product, or this is a fake, or this seller has not right to sell this item and have eBay take my listing down?
Yes, if they join the VERO program and follow the proper channels. I talked about this last week. I've had supposed rights owners message me just like direct message like a customer would. And I said, look, if you are truly the rights owner, I have no problem taking this down, but there is a channel for you to go through. It's called the VERO program. You need to sign up. If someone wants to protect their brand, eBay doesn't make it hard to protect their brand because they don't want to be known as a place to buy fake brands. So I will never listen to a email or a message I got from a rights owner until it's the official channels. So yes, if they're not officially in VERO and you've already listed something, they can then join VERO and send you a note. But you never listen. I got yelled at by the lead singer of a band because he was pissed I was selling his early CDs for a lot of money. And he wanted me to take it down. And then I got messaged by a daughter of a 1950 singer saying whoever made the CD, and it was by some company, didn't have the rights to it, and I must pull it down. And I said, hey, that's fine. You go, if you own your mother's estate, you go through the VERO program, they'll get you squared away, and then they'll tell me to take it down.
There you go. I see this in the chat from Brenda Brand. Brenda says, is there a list? I think we talked about this last week. Is there a list of VERO words and the description of how to describe it?
No, I don't think there's a list of VERO words. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where you just kind of learn. So our example is onesie. Onesie is owned by the brand Gerber. So unless you're selling a onesie by Gerber, you can't use the word onesie. So if you have Nick and Nora pajamas that are footed pajamas, you can't say onesie because they don't own that brand. Shabby chic is the same thing. Once someone owns something like a key word, you can only use it on their products.
Okay. All right, moving on. Again from C.R. Sullivan. If you have your account suspended for VERO violations, can you appeal? How long is the suspension? Once the suspension is over and your listing still in your store or account, and do they show up again automatically?
So once eBay pulls a listing, you can't see it at all ever. So that is the joys of having a third-party lister. So even if eBay didn't reinstate that listing, I can still go see it to be able to prove that what they said was wrong because I knew what I typed in my listing. If you get suspended, you don't. Nowadays, eBay, their suspensions and such will be based on how long you've been with the brand, with eBay. So if you're day 2 being on eBay and you're listing fake crap right away, they're probably going to bring the hammer down. I've been on for 18 years selling. And so us old timers who really don't cause any problems and never had major problems, if we get a slap on the wrist, they're pretty cool with like, yeah, just please don't do it and stroll on. But of course, anytime you get a slap on the wrist for anything, VERO, things from Cuba, whatever, for the next couple of weeks, month or so, you better be real diligent on what you're listing. If anything is even maybe a question in your head, put that to the side till later. Or double check with somebody in the thrifting board. They'll help you out. But as far as suspension goes, they don't really tell you because it's going to be based on some factors. How long you've been on the platform, how many you had in the past. If you had some in the past, like I've had some in the past, but they're never close to each other. But if I had 3 last Tuesday, I'm in deep doo-doo.
Right.
But if I had one in 2004 and I had one tomorrow, they're not that mad at me because they're realizing, it's all about patterns.
Right.
If there's 12 years to my VERO violations, they're realizing, well, Jason isn't a guy trying to have VERO violations. Well, if all of a sudden you had 7 in a day, yeah, you're a bad seller. So yes, you'll get suspended and you might get kicked off. If you get kicked off any platform you're selling on for good, it's almost impossible, whether it be Amazon or eBay or other platforms. So try your damnedest never to do dumb stuff that get you kicked off for good, because this is how a lot of us are either making our living or adding extra money to the coffers.
Right, exactly. Okay, here's one from Angela Griffin. She says, I had a Kate Hudson for Ann Taylor dress that was taken down as a VERO infraction. The label actually said Kate Hudson for Ann Taylor, but the rep from eBay said it did not matter. Celebrity names should not go in the title, at least not Kate Hudson. He said putting the name in the description was okay. Does anyone know which, if any, names can be used in the title? I just avoided putting Randy Travis in a title for a Robert Graham shirt, even though it was the official style name.
So I think yours was a bad pull, and I think you got a bad rep after the fact. Because look, right now there's 21 Kate Hudson for Ann Taylor dresses listed, and there is 31 completed with some solds. And so Randy Travis, right, Mom?
Yep.
Those are Randy Travis shirt?
Yeah, it was a Robert Graham shirt with Randy Travis. Yeah.
Robert Graham. I didn't know Randy Travis did a Robert Graham line.
I didn't either.
So none of completeds.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 2 right now. Boring as hell, though. But there are a ton of celebrities that have clothes, that have liquor lines. Like, so how eBay said that, I think that customer service rep was uneducated, and however you got pulled was uneducated too, because there should be no reason to not allow that. Like I've sold so much Cabo Wabo stuff, which is a tequila and a bar, that the bar is still owned by Sammy Hagar. The tequila was, and I've never had anything pulled. I mean, it's crazy to me. So if that was something rather current, like I'll say in the last 4 months, I would hop over to the eBay for Business page and ask them, explain everything in detail, show them this examples like, geez, you guys have 30 Kate Hudson for Ann Taylor dresses right now, no emotion, and you still might not get the result you want, but I think you got a bad pull and a bad rep to follow up that bad pull.
So. Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't it, on that one? Okay, this is from Dave Euling. Dave says, how do aftermarket products play into the VERO program? I have a snapper mower parts I sell. Some are made by another brand. As long as I acknowledge the aftermarket brand, can Snapper report me? Example of title: Oregon 26-inch mulching blade for Snapper riding mower. I put Oregon as manufacturer.
Yep, and it is exactly spelled out perfectly in the VERO information on eBay's website that if it is a product built for another product, you can actually use the brand's name. So not the brand that, not the mower blade. You can put Snapper in the title, but you got to put, Smith blade for Snapper mower XJC. Okay. So if it is specifically made for that brand, per eBay's rules on the VERO on the VERO part of eBay, you can absolutely do that if it is made for that brand to be used like the blade. So that is an okay thing to do.
All right, that was good. All right, this is from Karen. I'm Karen. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. A file, maybe PFEIL. If you are selling a new name brand item, company is listed in VERO. I assume it's okay to use name brand in title as long as you know the items are not fake.
Yes, correct. You can. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week. There are some products that are fake so heavily that they've worked out deals that you can never sell them, whether they're legit or not. So you need to know those programs. One of the main ones is the products by Beachbody, P90X, Insanity, and all those, and Rosetta Stone. They're bootlegged so often. There's probably more bootlegs than legit products, and so they have set it up where you just can't sell them even new. And well, I think new you can. Used you can't sell them at all. Whether legit or not, you cannot sell them used. And so you learn those things rather quick when you try to. Don't ever do it. Yes. So just be aware of, pay attention to the thrifting board. Anytime someone has a problem, because you're usually new sellers. Most of us watching the show probably been around for a while. We know not to use onesie. We know not to try and sell Rosetta Stone. But I get it. You're new. You're just trying everything. You're throwing everything against the wall. What sticks, sticks. The unfortunate thing is, like if you commit a crime and you know it's against the law, ignorance is not a defense of the law. Yep. Back in the days when ground glow was cool under your car and neon around your license plates, my mom had neon around her license plate on her van, and we were driving from Cleveland to Ocean City, Maryland, and I was doing the overnight shift. And so around 2 a.m., I got pulled over in I don't know what state, and it's illegal in that state to have neon around your license plates. And A, of course, I didn't know that. I'm never in that state. But B, when mom had it put on, she had it wired in, so there was no.
You're right. No turn off.
I couldn't turn it off. So he didn't give me a ticket, but had I got a ticket, I could not plead ignorance. If I'm going to drive through that state, I should know the driving laws.
Yeah, they were nice, thank goodness. All right, this is from Mary Jo Purdue. It's a little bit long. Sometimes I just don't understand what some companies' VERO profile is really saying. It is unclear to me whether they are saying, 1, you can list our product if you follow these guidelines, or 2, don't list our product under any circumstances. For instance, it has been other sellers who say to never list anything Red Hat Society because they will take it down. I didn't understand that from reading the RHS company's VERO listing. I read the VERO profiles. So how can this apparently not too smart seller understand the legal talk and know who did not sell ever? Thank you, guys. That's a long one. Did you get all that?
Oh, yeah. Now, I know probably a lot of our audience, based on what this show is older. And you might be in the Red Hat. You might be in the Red Hat Society. I'm not bagging on you, but I don't get it. I didn't realize it was still a thing. But here's what confused me about that question a little bit. I typed in Red Hat Society on eBay, and there's currently 4,873 listings. So it is unknown to me that is a problem. Now, if the Red Hat Society is a copyrighted thing and you're just trying to sell a red hat as Red Hat Society and it's not the brand of Red Hat Society, yeah, that's a problem. And of course, any of these things could be written that the average Joe, i.e. not a lawyer, has a hard time reading it. So here's what I would recommend. If you've got a product you want to sell and it's in this realm, the Red Hat Society realm, and you don't know based on the legalese of what you just read, if it's legitimately allowed to be sold and use the keywords that you want to use, we have a few lawyers in the thrifting board and one who's a real close friend that is happy to answer somewhat simplistic legal questions like this. And so if you post what you read and what you want to sell with some details and tag me, because then I will then tag that person, or maybe not even tag them, but at least send it over to them. They'll answer and I'll reply back, because sometimes they don't always want to be known as the lawyer for 44,000 people.
Right.
But we'll figure it out. So if you don't understand the legalese, we will figure it out. So all you got to do is post in the thrifting board, tag me, say, hey, Jay, remember you talked about me tagging you on the show? and I will make sure that the lawyer in the thrifting board looks at it and tells me what you need to know. And
Good.
she will. She'll tell me. She'll tell me. She helped me out with a problem the other day, and she's quick to answer. And we're buddies. We hang out and thrift all the time. So, and I would never prey upon her to always be like, "Give me the answer."
Right.
But she's a reseller too, and so she loves helping the community. So that's why I have no problem saying that and putting that out there. I just won't say her name because I don't want you guys all to bombard her with legal questions.
Exactly. Question from the chat, honey. It says Supersonic Thrift wants to know, can you get a VERO violation if the company's name is never mentioned in the title or body of description, but if you have the company's name shown in a picture of your item?
That is a damn good question. I don't have an answer to because I've never even thought of that. So
we'll have to look.
My follow-up would be is if it is the brand and it's on the product, why wouldn't you have it in the title? See, that's where I'm a little confused. Like, what? I would need more details. Like, what's the product that you can see it in the picture, but you wouldn't put in the title?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Feel free to give me a little bit more. I'll be more than happy to continue this answer. But it doesn't make any sense to me why, if you can see the product brand in the picture, you wouldn't be using it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like if we were listing a Tommy Bahama shirt. I mean, we would use the name Tommy Bahama in our title.
Yeah, and not really related, but just want to let you, because I've been helping people. I'm always helping people with listings. If you're selling a shirt that is Tommy Bahama, Rain Spooner, Dragonfly, those are all good brands. Those are brands, Robert Graham. Those are brands that people are actually looking for. You want that in your title. If you're selling a shirt that's this crappy brand, but the images are good, don't even waste space with a crappy brand in your title. There's no need. Like, there's this brand Scorpion. They make kind of cool print polyester shirts. Ain't no one looking for Scorpion. No one. But people are looking for, I need a cool shirt that has old school Vegas slot machines on it. So you can ignore the brand when it's not a good brand. Okay.
All right.
I like what Mitch says. Velcro brand has some FAQs about their brand protection and may be helpful if your item actually uses Velcro brand. You can Google "Don't Say Velcro." So that's something we should probably read and get a little more info on, because I'm always a little confused why they're so persnickety.
Right, I know. Did you see Angela Ritchie's right after that, honey? She says, "Do you mean listing a Rosetta Stone and calling it a language learning system?"
So that's what they mean. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, because if the person, all these companies have people working that all their job is to go to eBay, to go to Amazon, to go to Etsy, to go to Craigslist. If you're selling products that they have the rights for you not to sell, they're going to be all over you. Yeah. And so if you're trying to sell Rosetta Stone and you're calling it a language learning system and they catch your picture, you'll still get pulled. Again, don't do anything that if you're having to think of a back door in, don't. Why risk your livelihood or your extra fun money, depending on, we don't all do this for a living. Some of us do it for the vacation fund. But why risk the cruise to the Caribbean for shenanigans? I wouldn't. All right, you got two more questions, and then we'll move on to the rest of the show.
The quick short one again from Karen. Karen says, not sure if this specifically relates to VERO, but in an eBay listing optimization webinar, they stated that if you're listing a brand new item, it's okay to copy/use eBay pics. Just wanted to confirm that this is okay.
Yeah, if you're listing a brand new item, excuse me for a second. Talk, Mom.
Okay. I wanted to say that we had 5 new members at our Ohio meetup meeting on Saturday. And I was so excited. We had a Sandra, a Sandy, a Vera, a Becky, and a Melinda. I think I remembered all 5. And they're already contributing to the group. It's just amazing, the knowledge that comes along. So, if you don't have one in your area, start one. They're fabulous. We're having a great time with our group. We really are.
All right.
There are people on Saturday.
Sorry about the frog in my throat. I don't know what's going on. Right. But if you sell new items, most new items, not all, but most, will have a barcode, UPC, ISBN, whatever. And it's probably going to be in eBay's database. You can absolutely use stock photos for new items, because new means new and unaltered. Someone just said hi to me who I just referenced. Someone who said hi to me who's buying something for me and who sent me something amazing. Actually.
You got something to show?
Yeah. Because unless I miss a discussion, I got this in the mail from my friend Michelle. And I thought it was all carved wood, but this is leather.
Nice. That's
So
really nice.
thank you. Very cool. And I haven't even told Michelle this, but I might sell it. No, don't get mad first, Michelle. We help support the local pug rescue. You'd not believe how many people abandon their pugs in the summer in Vegas because people don't do any research when they get dogs. They don't realize, things about their dogs. They're going to snort and sneeze and make noises. And so when I get a lot of cool pug stuff, I like to use it at some point to help the rescue raise money for the pugs who got a shit turn at life. Our pug that we have now was found wandering the streets in Vegas in July because their owners threw them out and he was chipped and they refused to come get him. And so, short of me choking the life out of that person, I helped the local rescue make sure that every pug gets a fair shake of life. So, but yeah, so you can use stock photos. Now, if you've got the item there, the stock photos are never high quality, big pictures. So if you've got the items there, and if an item is new and sealed, you don't need a ton of pictures because it's not open. So I'm think about a board game. Take the top and the bottom and maybe one side angle, boom, 3 quick pictures. It'll look better because your photos will be way bigger and richer and easier to see. But you can use stock photos and there's no problem. And there will be no VERO violation if you're selling a sealed product, especially if you're plugging in the UPC on eBay and it brings it up, you're good to go.
Good. All right. Do you want one last question or we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This will be the last one. This is the one that might cause us a little, we're not sure if we have an answer for you. This is from C.R. Sullivan. When I file an images and text theft notice of claimed infringement, someone is using my photos, it says it goes to the VERO team for review. So are they saying my photos are protected via VERO or just that team is responsible for reviewing my claim?
That's a great question. And CR is one of my admins. And actually, I'm going to get to meet her for the first time on Thursday or Friday.
Oh,
Yay! In St. Louis.
Fabulous questions. I mean, she got some great ones here.
So this is news to me. Now, no one, unless I haven't noticed, no one has stole my pictures in a long time. You can actually have listings pulled that people steal your descriptions and titles, but I say words are words. Like sometimes you can only write so many words for the same product. I would never, ever, ever worry about busting chops for someone who took your words. But pictures, you work at your pictures. You really work at taking them and setting your lights up, and I've taught you well how to do it. And so if this is a newer thing where they're throwing your pictures, even though you are not as a just person, as a Peggy Smith, as a Jay Smith, you are not registered under the VERO program, maybe they are also taking care of the people who steal photos, because that is a no-no. That will get your listings kicked. That'll get you kicked off of eBay if you persist. Little known fact, the Secret Service, besides protecting the president, is also in charge of rooting out counterfeit money. They have 2 jobs. So maybe VERO people are now in charge of taking care of us when someone steals our pictures. Same kind of thing. No one knows the Secret Service is in charge of counterfeit money unless you're like a trivia nerd like me.
All right. I think that's it.
All right. So that's 2 episodes of VERO. I think we've covered it pretty well. The thrifting board is there. If you've not joined, come on over, join the board. If you've got any questions, ask them before you get the violation. But if you get the violation before you do anything, bring us the product, bring us what you wrote, and bring us what the violation you got, and someone will help you set you straight. And 43,000 people, which we just crossed over this weekend. Every 9 days, we had 1,000 people. Thanks, everybody. You guys are making me so happy. Such a great group. But there's someone that can help you with anything. So please come on over.
It's just amazing, Jason, how fast it's going. I mean, it blows my mind. Just blows my mind.
All right. Speaking of St. Louis, is almost upon us. I am leaving for St. Louis Thursday morning, teaching classes Friday and Saturday, April 20th and 21st. The 20th is in the thrift store class, where I walk around and teach you all the sections of the thrift store, what to buy and what not to buy. The bonus for this city for sure is my good friend Kim is helping me out. And what's nice when I have a co-instructor is we move the class back and forth between us. So when you're with me, Kim is prepping the next section that she's going to teach you. And what she does, let's say the dress section, she will go while you're with me and pull all the good dresses and some of the bad ones that look good. And she will explain to you why they're good and why these are bad. And then she'll give you all the good dresses. And then while she's in the dress section, I'll be over in the CD section, scanning every single CD to show you guys all the good stuff and the bad stuff. Right. And then I'll be handing you guys out all the CDs. And CDs are They've always been my jam, but I'm really teaching them hard because I'm making crazy money. I sold two $75 CDs this week. Two.
Good for you.
And then while I'm showing you CDs, Kim's going to be prepping shoes, and then I'll be prepping games. And so in 3.5 hours, you get two instructors that just keep you moving back and forth, and there's never a lag time. And then we go to lunch, and we talk about everything we found and how to list it and stuff like that. Then on the 21st is my classroom class. It's about a 4.5-hour class. We go A to Z, soup to nuts. I teach you BOLOs, be on the lookouts, thing you should be looking for in the thrift store. Once you get them, how to take quality photos, how to write quality listings, how to ship it. I bring every single priority packaging available to us as sellers, and I am shocked that every class I teach, there is no one in any class that knew them all. And so you guys are missing out on tools that you have at your disposal you should have. And for you St. Louis people, this is a surprise, we have created a workbook. Kim was actually in the chat. She had to leave because the guy called her back about printing the workbook. So we're going to make it easier to take notes. I know people take notes and then they forget, they miss the next thing because they're too busy writing everything. So I've now made a workbook so you guys can got a starting point. And so if you go to classwithjason.com, we have just a couple spaces left. I think if you can register for the thrift store class, that means we had one space left, and we got about 3 or 4 spaces left for the classroom class. So you go to classwithjason.com, it'll get you all set up. Now we got Arizona coming up in 2.5, 3 weeks. But I'm finishing up St. Louis right now. So if you're in Arizona and you haven't seen the post, message me. I'll send you the link because the link isn't fun and easy like Class with Jason. As soon as St. Louis is over, the link will be Class with Jason for Arizona. So if you're in St. Louis or can drive, we're going to have a great class. Kim's also going to be instructing with me during the classroom class. And we have a great time doing that. I teach social media, all kinds of stuff. So if you got any questions, hit me up. Oh, whoops.
Very good.
And one last thing, if you're on the thrifting board, if you're not, why not?
I know.
Today, I just kind of gave Bridget a promotion. I am traveling to do these classes. So I'm coming out to visit you guys all over the country, and I'm hitting tiki bars all over the country. And so although my team is incredible, and I've never had a problem with my team when I'm gone, they work well together as a team. I truly felt it is better to have a point person to be in charge. And so, S rolls downhill. So, and someone's got to be in charge. And I talked to my team. Bridget's been with me super duper long time. And all my team is great. I love them dearly, but Bridget's going to be the point person. She's going to be, I'm Mitch and she's CJ. If you understand that reference, you'll totally get it. But Bridget will be, and I'm not far away, but if I'm teaching a class, if I'm on a plane, if I'm in a tiki bar in Jefferson City, like I will be next Saturday night, sometimes I can't get to things when things need to be taken care of, good and bad.
Right.
And so Bridget will be stepping up a little bit, and Bridget is incredible. So
nice. Good.
And I did a little graphic today. I got a little bit of skills. I did that graphic today real quick.
Pretty good.
All right, now's the fun part. Now, for those of you who are parents, and the mothers especially, you might want to have a tissue nearby, because when I was a baby, in case you don't know, shit wasn't right inside my body. I was a little...
Yeah, I didn't carry you right or something.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a mess. I was born without hips. And so when my hips started to grow, they needed to hold my hips in place as a little baby. So this is what I was the firstborn. So this is what my poor mother had to deal with as a baby. There I am in my brace.
Yeah, you're 8 months old here. You're when he was born, some of you know the story. Jason had to wear a cast up both legs and just have a little opening where he would go potty. And so he was in his cast for 8 weeks and then transferred over into this leg brace for about the next 18 months. And this is you at 8 months old trying to roll over, Jace. I mean, because you were so far behind everything, honey, because, the brace made you immobile, more or less. But I got to tell you, you were the happiest baby. You would have never known that you were, wearing a brace. You didn't care. You were just going along, doing your thing. But I just happened to run across that. I said, oh my God, I actually did take one with your brace on.
Yeah, Mom doesn't have a ton of pictures with my full brace, and she finally ran across this one the other day. And I will say, though, in case you haven't thought about this yet, I was the easiest kid to babysit. All I do is just prop me in a corner. I couldn't go anywhere. You could leave me. You could actually go out and run errands. I couldn't go anywhere. I was just stuck in a corner.
Back in the day when we had those little carrying seats for you kids, that we would just set you in, and you kind of got strapped in. But I would, when we went to play volleyball every Sunday with our friends, I would take you, plop you in the seat, and you would just sit there for hours, and you could care less. You were just the happiest baby. So I knew you couldn't travel, so you know, there you were. But you were easy to take care of, no matter which way it went.
I was a good kid. Mom should have stopped at one.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, let's talk about that overnight flight from Honolulu to Chicago. Mom should have stopped at one. See, I was the easygoing kid. I might be a pain in the ass now, but I was the easygoing kid.
My daughter cried from 8 hours straight from Honolulu
overnight.
To
overnight.
It was awful, just awful.
All right, so a couple weeks ago, you see my cute and or embarrassing photos of me. We decided to show some of my mom, so that's my mama. Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Okay. Oh, no, you got to do the other one first.
Oh, yep. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So last week.
Yes, this is my mama.
Yeah. There's a lot to look at in this picture. Last week, I was wearing the peignoir, remember, because it was our 54th anniversary last Sunday. So here I am wearing it. This is in May of 1966, you guys. Regan and I were married for 2 years here, and I had gotten the hairdryer as a present, Christmas birthday present. This is in May, so it would be my birthday. But get a load of the silver blonde hairdo. Now, the big curls on top are fake, but the rest of it is me, because I was silver blonde at one time. Now, get a load of the booties on my feet. Those are the ones that a lot of us back in the craze of knitting the slippers. They were all, just hand knit yarn slippers. And we went through the craze. I made pairs and pairs and pairs for everybody. Now, also get a load of my stereo right there, Jason.
Is that a reel-to-reel?
Yeah, no. It's just a record player.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the radio and the record player on one side, and then the place to hold the albums and that, on the other end. So, but that was a stereo, you guys. That was our console stereo.
Is that a wood ashtray on a pedestal?
Yes. Get a load of that. Get a load of that. This is the first apartment where Dad and I lived. And then that was our rocking chair, one of our few things. So then in the next picture, so 2 years later, I'm sitting under the hairdryer. Regan is, and get a load of the TV in the background, Jace.
Yeah. Oops, too much. Hold on.
That's all right. Here I am. Now, Regan is now in the Army. He got drafted in 66. So that was May of that last picture. Dad got drafted in September of 66. This is May of 68. Dad will be getting out in October, but there I am drying my hair with the rollers in my hair. Now my hair is brown, and I'm writing a letter to your dad. So I will never forget that. So there you are. I hope I gave everybody a few laughs.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get to your scores, Ma.
Okay, let's do it. All right.
I'm ill prepared all of a sudden. Whoops.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, I picked up this fan at a garage sale for $1. They call it a tinkling wood fan from the Philippines. And when I looked at it, I said, I'm pretty sure fans sell pretty well. It was only $1, but I got an offer of $20 and I took the $20 offer.
Nice.
That. Yeah, so I would say always pick up fans, guys. I've sold those from time to time. Now, this is a scary looking thing.
Yeah.
This is that three-phase baby. That we had picked up, and I bought it for $1. I bought a bunch of dolls from this woman at that time, and I've sold a few so far. And
nothing creepy about this. Enjoy your nightmares tonight, people.
I know. I got an offer of $19, and I took the offer of $19. Even though it says $24.95 on the thing, it was $19. But it kind of creeps you out. But this doll was not in the best of condition either, so that's kind of why I took that offer. Now this was a good sale, you guys. I had the Chi-Chi's margarita glasses. Only 3 had the logo, and 3 were plain. And I paid $2 for all 6 of them. And I sold the whole entire set for the asking price of the $29.99. So, boy, Dad had to really work on packaging those, Jason. I hope they make it okay. They just went out of.
In case you don't know, Chi-Chi's was a chain of Mexican restaurants back in the day, back in the 80s.
Right. And on this Mickey Mouse mug, they're still selling, guys. I know that mugs have slowed down a lot, but I paid a whopping 25 cents on my mug, and I sold it for $22. I got an offer of 22, and I jumped on that one because that was just a nice offer. So certain things, you just kind of feel your way with mugs. All
right, so I always give you grief when Dad takes crappy photos. Yeah. I just realized you have coffee and tea as one word, no space.
Oh, oops. Yep. Didn't
You
notice.
might have got more money.
Yeah, might have. Hey, I'll take 22 from 25.
Oh, but maybe should have been 25.
Oh.
I just happened to notice that.
And I've been preaching right along about cookbook selling, especially Betty Crocker. I've now sold every Betty Crocker cookbook I've ever picked up at the garage sales. You guys, I paid $1 for this one, and it was not in the best of shape. And I sold that for my full asking price of the $24.99. So always double check the Betty Crocker ones; they sell really well. Okay, the next 5 pictures that we're going to go through. I got into selling my tiki mugs that I've had on hand, a couple that I just recently had purchased and some that I've had on hand for a year that I've been holding. A few weeks ago, I went to Pittsburgh and met up with Julie and Chris Brown there, and we picked up some mugs, and this was the Hidden Harbor Gold Tiki mug that we paid $40 for, but I did sell that one for $125. The market's kind of gotten flooded, Jason. Everybody's putting their mugs up.
You're quick.
Yeah, so I was kind of glad that we jumped in and got in on the ground floor with that, because right now there's quite a few up for sale. This is the other one. This is the brown one. Let's see. I don't know what you got going there, honey. That's right. Okay, there's the brown mug. The brown mugs were only $25, and I took a best offer of $90 on that mug, Jay. So that was that. Okay, and then now the 2 shag ones, Jace. Now these I've been holding for a year.
Oh, I had the other gold one too.
Oh yeah, that was from before. I sold it last week, and I had that in. Yeah, that actually, let's see, what did I sell that one for? See, I don't have that one, Jason, because that was from the week before, honey. But I think I got $200 for that one.
Nice. And what'd you pay?
Yeah, that was $40. $40 for that. So now on these 2 mugs here is the T-shirt that Jason has on. We went to the tiki event at Luau the Lake, up at Lake George, Ohana Luau the Lake, and we'll be going up there again this year. And when you go, you can purchase the mugs. And I purchased my 2 mugs, and plus they had an extra one for sale, which I jumped on and bought. Now I did purchase these for $80, but I sold both of them. I put both of them up for sale. I sold one for $225 and one for $200. So I took the best offers on the shag mugs. So what I did was I figured out on the 1, 2, 3, the 4 mugs, not the gold one that you just showed, Jace, but on the 4, I spent $265 on the mugs and sold them for $800. So I know Jason has told you over and over again, get those mugs, go and drink for free, plus buy your own. So, it covered my drinking, it covered all my expenses, and I made a nice profit on all of these tiki mugs. So, we highly recommend that. It doesn't have to be just ones you find that, as you're thrifting, but if you do go to tiki bars, and they've got a fantastic tiki mug, don't be afraid to purchase them and, either sell them right away or hang on to them, whatever the case might be. But I have made good money this week.
And you might drink free if you are someplace where I need something. One of the members of the thrifting board in the Secret Beach, it was about 2 hours ago at Trader Sam's in Disney World. Do you need anything? Yes, I need the new color of the Nautilus, but it's a drink for 2. So they bought it just to bring home for me, and I already PayPal'd her the money, so she drank for free so I could get the bowl.
I love it. See, you never know. What a combination.
I'll pay for your drinks if I need the mug.
Yeah, sure. And then the last item I showed last week in my haul, and this was the item that I found on the new takeout cart, bringing out all the new goodies. This was the ship in the bottle, Jace, if you've got that, honey.
That wasn't on your list, Ma.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Oh, hang on. Let's see who's right.
It was there.
All right. Hold, please.
All right. Well, come on. Where's the wood? Do I get to bang my head?
You might. Let's see.
Did I forget to put it on? I got it on my list, on my paper.
Oh, no, all right. Throw your email away because I didn't think I needed it. All right, hold on. I'll see. We'll see who's right. Oops.
All right. Well, I'll talk about it while you.
While I see. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
There was a weird space between 9 and 10. I never saw it, so that is my bad.
There were. Yay! Mom wins.
Yeah, but weirdly, yeah. Okay, yeah. You win.
Okay. So, anyways,
remember I'll bring it up right now.
Yeah, I talked about the ship in the bottle, and where would we go? There. Keep going. You'll find it. There it is. And This was on the, the brand new takeout cart, and I'm looking at this cart, and all of a sudden I see this little ship in the bottle, and I just pounce on the darn thing. I bought that baby for $3.50, you guys. And what was good about this particular one, Jason, it had all the key words in it, honey, from from Scotland and Hague and Pinch Bottle and the USS Constitution. That's Old Ironside. So that's one of the more powerful names of a ship in a bottle when you go to find them. And for $3.50, I sold that baby for $110.
Quickly,
very quickly. So yeah, so there's my scores, everybody.
All right, show's run a little long, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. Mom's gonna do her haul, but stay tuned, because if you've been watching my shows this week, and I've done a lot of shows this week.
I know.
I did a thrift haul Friday night where I showed a ton of cool stuff, but I left one thing behind for this because Mom and I kind of had the same situation in the last week or so. So I wanted to save this part. So you're going to see this in a second. Oh, little peek.
I know. We got some goodies to show you guys.
And do you have yours? Because you didn't send me a picture.
No, I've got it right here in the office.
Okay, cool. All right. So
okay.
we'll save the coolest for the end. So show us stuff you got, Ma, and then we will end with
I've got
our cool scores.
I'm going to kind of go through them quickly, you guys, because we are running long for you guys tonight. Okay, I picked up the Star Wars clock.
Oh, cool.
It does work. Jason, if you want this, honey, you can have it. But I know you don't do much with Star Wars.
Well, I still love Star Wars. I'm a little maxed on space here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's got the original characters in it. That's what I liked about it. And I paid $1 for this, and Mommy has put this up for $30. Okay. All right. Then again, I lucked out finding a couple more Turbis tumblers. These say sweet tea on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I paid $2 for the pair, and I have them listed right now for $20. No, $24.95 on these, because these are the taller ones. And this is a brand new Spider-Man bank. That's just my paper, but he's brand new. Look, he's in beautiful condition here. Still got his barcode on and everything. And I paid $1 for Spidey, and I've got him up for $18.
That's it.
That's it. Because according to the comps, Jace, what I found.
Don't forget, Avengers comes out in 2 weeks.
I know it does, and that's why I bought it to begin with. You think I should bump it up a little bit, huh?
Yes.
I mean, he's in awfully nice condition, really. I mean, it's brand new. Okay, then Jason and Stacy will know all about this kind of stuff, and I don't need them, but they are awfully nice ones. This is a kind of like a serving set. This is clay art, also known as stone light. There's the 4 bowls and then the large bowl, like if you're going to do your chips and all your different dips. Yeah, and Mommy picked up $2, Jason, on this set, honey, which is really, really cheap, because this stuff, I don't think they make these particular styles anymore. Got the flamingos. This one's got tikis on it, Jay. And then just the hibiscus flowers. So I picked this up for $2, and I've got this up for $45.
And as always, anytime I do a haul, Mom does a haul, everything's for sale. If you like anything you like, either message Mom. If you don't know how to message her, message me. I'm pretty easy to find, and I'll hook you up with Mom. I sold some things from the haul on Friday night. My friend Sabrina, who's my co-host, she sold some things. So we're happy to sell directly to you if you see something you like.
Right. Now, this is, can you see that? Yeah, there we go. It's a north wind blowing a Viking ship. This is actually an antique, honey. This goes back, back in earlier days of antique items. And I bought this for $5, but I've got it up for $35. So just a nice, pretty old picture. Okay. Yeah, there you can see it. There were no markings on the bottom. I was hoping there was, but there was not. Now, I picked this up because it was only $1. This is Red Wing pottery made in the USA. And this is actually the bottom to the cookie jar. There's a Dutch woman head that was the top. But you know how things get broken and people are always looking, for maybe one piece or the other. So I picked this up. I mean, it's quite a lovely piece. I mean, I even put the word vase in my title, because I figured if they don't want to use it, for the cookie jar portion, then they could use it as a vase. So I paid $1 for it, and I've got it up for $15, because the whole things were selling for around $35. Okay, Jason, you have one of these, don't you?
I do not have one.
Oh, do you want one, since you're a Green Bay fan?
Funny, I was looking at one at a flea market the other day, and then someone said hi to me. Hey, guy from Thrift Hunters. And so then I never went back to it.
All right. Well, if you want it, I'll be glad to give it to you.
All right.
I paid 50 cents for that sucker, and I've got it up for $12. Okay. We do pretty well with border wallpapers. Okay. This happens to be all of the, since baseball season is in, this is the National League teams and the American League teams, everybody. So I picked these up. The boards. I paid $1 for all three, and I have these listed for $40, you guys. Wallpaper prices are good, so I highly recommend that. Always look at the borders when you see them. Okay, this is a chalkware rooster. Roosters and chickens are still big sellers. They do really, really well. I paid $1 for this guy, and I got him up for 20, 25 bucks. Right. Yeah. Okay. I've had enough chickens in my lifetime. Thank you very much. When I lived at home with my parents, my dad raised chickens to sell eggs. We had 5,000 at a time. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. I tell you, I don't know. I don't think I saw if Kim Gordon was in the chat tonight, but
well, she was, and then she had to go talk to the guy about making the workbook for my class in St. Louis.
Okay. Mommy's got a few purses to show. I own not this particular one, but I have one just like this. Jason, you've seen Mommy carry this every holiday.
Yep.
This is a Nordic House Designs, a Christmas purse, and I already think I sold this thing. I heard my phone go off, so I think it might have sold. I bought it when I saw it for $2. I jumped on this sucker, and I listed it for $40 because I've always had compliments on mine every time I carry it, and I only carry it once a year. Another good bag line, and I don't think Kim has really hit on this one, but Mom owns one. Wait a second. Let me see if I can reach my.
Okay, see you, Mom. Bye.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. I want to bring mine around here. Some of you may have seen Mom carry this. But this is the one that I found. This is a Spartina bag. Spartina bags are really another nice one to be on the lookout for, everybody. Her logo is a mermaid, if you can see that.
Cool.
On the tag there. And this is a linen bag over with a genuine leather. Her bags are not cheap. They are pretty pricey when you go to buy them retail. I paid $3 for this, and I'm going to be listing this one for $30, everybody. But just to give you an idea, I purchased this one myself. This is a Spartina bag. As you can see, there's her little logo up there. And, of course, it's all the Hawaiian Islands, and Mommy gets more compliments on this bag. I probably will wear this one out totally. So Spartina, just a name I want you again to be aware of on purses out there. Pick this little cutie up, Chase. Mommy likes this. This is a Bags by Whidbey, Whidby. So it's a straw flowers, and I've already got watchers on this one. Mom picked this bag up for $1, and I have. Of
course, you did.
Yeah, I have this listed for $30.
Nice.
Okay? Yeah.
Before we go on, we got a lot of people watching and not a lot of thumbs up. So give us a thumbs up if you're liking what you're seeing. And if you really don't like us, give us a thumbs down twice and really let us know. Apparently, one of Mom's haters already showed up today. Can you imagine you're getting free advice and help on the VERO situation and someone's like, jerk?
I know. It's got to be one of the trolls. You know how that goes.
Word to your mother. And that's my mother. Hey, Mom.
Hey. Then this cute little clutch. It's got like different travel places to go to. I mean, of course, Hawaii caught my eye. It's got a little mirror inside, and then zips. And this is by River Art. And what did I pay for this little baby? I paid $2 for this, and I have it up for $25. So just a cute little clutch bag.
Let me put you on the spot. Do you remember to like our own shows?
Oh, I do.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh yeah. Mom does all the time.
I was about a year into doing this. I'm like, oh shit, I've never given myself a thumbs up. Might as well do that.
Then I went into our local American Cancer Society, and I almost fell off my chair because their hanging was about 4 or 5 pieces of LuLaRoe, brand new with tags, Jace.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they cost me $10, but I didn't care because I know I can probably get between $30 and $40. This is can either be worn, as the dress up here, whoop, this way, or down here as a skirt. So this is a twofold. And there's that print.
Or it could be a pterodactyl or.
Yeah. And I love this print. By the way, they're smaller sizes, but a lot of stretchy room in these. Extra small on that one, guys. And I thought this was just a lovely, lovely print. This is also extra small. But I just, I think that just looks so Eastery, actually, springy. So there's that. And then picked up one of the tops. The LuLaRoe tops. This one is also, this is a double extra small. But as you can see,
Huh.
they're
Double extra small.
I know her tops are very generous, and they're all new with tag, you guys. And if you don't know what LuLaRoe's all about, it is pretty hot item right now. There's their tag. So I've got everything, on there. So I'll be putting these up between 25 on the top and probably around $40 for the skirts and bottoms. Let's see. Holy Bible. Bibles always sell pretty well for us. We always pick them up. This costs us $1. I've got it up for $25. Okay. Two things, Jason, that Mom's keeping for herself. I'll put these out in the gardens. Stepping stone. Yeah, aren't they pretty? So yeah, those are a keeper for Mom because I'll be using those in the gardens. Now, okay, trivia time. Okay, chat people. Can you tell me what this basket is called? Anybody know what this style is called? And I have to say, Jason, it sold today. Yeah, I didn't even get it. I came in after I sent my list to you, honey, but it's already gone. I'm not even sure what I sold it for, but it's there. Let's see. Yep, I'm seeing it. Who was the first one I saw? It was Destry. She said, "This is a Moses basket." Any of you know the story about Moses? He was put in the rush basket and pushed off down the water. So this is, and it's gone. So now Big Daddy's got to pack that sucker.
Yeah, good luck, Dad.
For sure.
Stay strong, Dad.
Now, I won't go through each one, Jace, but I did pick up a bunch of albums really cheap. And there's my top one because I did not
I don't have that one.
Mommy found one you don't have.
So for those of you maybe new to us, my mom going down the stairs to her basement, and I don't have a basement either. She had done this whole South Pacific record collection. I'm like, I'm going to do that idea. So the room across the hall from this room is our guest room, and it's our South Pacific room. And so I'm up to like 63 different South Pacific records. So Mom and I are always looking for new ones. And this is one I do not own.
Yeah, I didn't either, honey. As soon as I saw it, that's what made me jump on it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's some other Hawaiian ones in here. Oh, I had to show you this one. Look at that beauty. Look at the bathing suit. Don't you love that?
That is the second record in our Hawaiian collection that has someone having a beer and a Pilsner glass on the beach. Did you guys really take glass bottles and glass Pilsners to the beach back in the 50s?
Oh, I did.
Was that really a thing? I guess red Solo cups weren't invented yet.
Right. Now, I'm just going to show you guys these real quick because I'm going to group some of these together. But the whole lot of albums cost me $2, Jace. So there's a couple of Partridge Families. So, I might hang on to those. Brady Bunch. And these were all worth some good money if I was going to do them separately. Some of them I might. Disco Duck.
Rick D's Disco Duck.
Yeah. Monster Mash album. That one. And then I got a bunch of Disneys, and I might just group these together. However, Alice seems to be more expensive than the others. Alice and Small World.
Someone just sold Sesame Street on cassette.
Let's see. And what else we have? Yeah, just things of Disney. Just all these Disney ones. I think I might just group these together.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good grouping.
Yeah, so I think I might throw those together for around $30 or so. And I think that's it. So do you want to do yours first, Mom, to finish with hers? What do you want to do?
All right. So Mom and Dad went to an estate sale for a very specific item last week.
Mm-hmm.
And were you fourth in line?
9 and 10.
Oh, shoot. 9 and 10. My bad. Even better.
All right. So let me back it up just a little bit. So I get this, our friends, real good friends of ours that we travel a lot with and garage sale with sometimes and flea markets and what have you, Stu and Sue. And she said to me, hey, have you been online to look at the estate sales coming up? I think there's an item there you might be interested in. So we're looking for it while they're here, and we just can't pull the darn thing up. She goes home, she finds it, she sends me the link, and I pull it up, and there's this item, and I am drooling. And I'm going, oh my God. I said, we got to go. So Dad and I, get over there. And like I say, we get there, our tickets are 9 and 10. So I said to Dad, I said, okay, I remember seeing this item by the fireplace. Scope out the house, the way it's built, and where should I go first? You know what I mean? So Dad scopes it up and says, well, there's a chimney there and there's a chimney there. I said, well, the one down there won't be the family room. That's for sure. It's probably bedrooms. And so when I go into the house, I walk straight through And it leads me right back to the family room, and there it is sitting by the fireplace, and I pounced on it. Now, it wasn't cheap, but it's something that Jason and I always look for when we go to estate sales. But since it was our anniversary weekend, this was our present to ourselves. So this is a Woodco product, and a lot of you know about Woodco, and this is something that Jason's not seen before, and this was a first for us, huh, Jay?
Yeah.
All right, so I've got it on the ledge here, guys, so I'm going to be just turning my camera. And as you can see, it is that beautiful, beautiful ship.
All right, so go stand by it so there's even a little bit better scale, you know. So, so just to let you know, this ship really has nothing to do with tiki, but the brand Woodco did. And Woodco did make actual tiki pieces. I got tons in my house, but I would definitely call this tiki adjacent.
Right.
So anybody that collects tiki would love this in their house, even though it isn't technically a tiki. Okay, it's a little hard to understand if you're not in the scene, but we understand it. That's why we try and teach it.
Well, that would be a good webinar for your secret beach, I think, Jason, sometime.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's coming up. It's all the, because I'm doing 8 tiki webinars in the secret beach, and the one webinar, the other stuff is coming up.
Right.
The stuff that isn't exactly tiki or Hawaiian.
I don't know if anybody watched, but on this past last night, they had a new special on Elvis Presley, which was absolutely fantastic. And at one point, it's in the jungle room, Jason, and you can it's kind of dark. You can still see a lot of his Woodco. Elvis's jungle room was everything Woodco back in the day, and couches and chairs and footstools and everything. So Woodco is one of those items that they sell for good money. Jason and I have found things very inexpensively. We won't part with anything yet.
All right. So what'd you pay? People want to know.
Yeah, no, I don't mind telling. We did pay $295 for it. And the one lady, when she saw me pick it up, she says, "That's the best item in this house." And I said, "It is." All
right. So now I'm going to tell my story. You need to go grab the Woodco that I bought for Dad to show you how far it goes away from tiki.
Okay. All right.
All right. So don't bring it right back to camera. Just set off to the side when you come back.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I was at an estate sale on Saturday, and I was number 11. Now, if you watch Thrifty Business, I used to do a segment called Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. And some of them have gotten a little too weird. So I was only going to save that segment for when they're cute and funny. And I had a funny one at this estate sale. So tune in Wednesday night because we have a special night, Thrifty Business, this Wednesday. But I was at the estate sale for something very specific, and I was number 11 in line. And I'm thinking, there ain't no way I'm getting what I'm here for, because what I'm here for is some of the best stuff at this estate sale. And I walked in and got them all. Number 1 through 10 didn't care. Now, I think they cared once they saw me snag them all, because some people recognized me. They're like, uh-oh, we screwed up. So fair warning, you 140 live viewers, you're about to see a painted boob. Yes. If you cannot handle seeing a painted boob, I would close your eyes right now. All right? There's your fair warning. Here we go. So this was the only one in the listing, this black velvet, and I got 6.
Whoa.
And it's so big. Hold, please. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
Okay. And she is gorgeous though, Jason. I mean, wow.
Ta-da. Now, the best thing when I bought this was the lady who owns the estate sale company said, "Oh, geez, I obviously didn't price this because this is way too low." And I said, "Yeah, that's a good price.
That's a beauty."
So this is one. Now, it was a little tricky to get all 6 up here and show you. So I do have pictures of the other 5 because it is a little bit of a variety. Fair warning, you're going to see more boobies. So if boobies bug you, tune away now. Okay, so here's the not boobies. I don't know what the heck this is, but it was only $25, and I couldn't leave it behind for that. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done any research. I haven't asked the thrifting board yet, but it's a cool piece.
It sure is.
I don't know, but for $25 with this kick-ass frame job with a textured matting around it, there was no way I was leaving this behind for $25.
Yeah, no, I would not.
And I was going just for the boobies and the girls, and I saw that. I'm like, well, that's neat.
It is neat.
That is different. So there's that. And then this is a very famous image that has been painted many, many times. This one's a little weird. Yeah, cubism was what I was thinking too, Heather. Because it's painted on kind of not black velvet, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. But the texture of the frame is so cool. This is a very famous picture of a Polynesian boy playing the ukulele. It's been painted a ton of times on black velvet. This one's a little bit different, and so I was very excited to get that. And then this is full nude, top to bottom, full nude. Don't see that too often. Usually it's just the boobs, usually.
Yep.
And so that one's unframed, but great work. And maybe not the prettiest face, but which you might want to call and that little white square in the corner was just a price sticker. It's not really there.
Yep. No, it's good because I like the way the green color really comes out.
Yeah.
It pops that picture. It really does. And with the shadow of the green.
Johanna said comedy and tragedy for the first one. Yeah, I think it's comedy and tragedy too, but there's definitely something else going on there. And then the last but not least, yes, Chris Brown. This is definitely what you call a butterface. Everything's good butterface. Did you not know that term, Mom?
Oh dear.
You've never heard butterface?
Not in a while, I said.
Okay. And then this one is amazing. There's no nudity, but man, the frame job, the textured around it, this was just amazing.
Yeah, those are gorgeous. You want to share your pricing on what they cost?
It is a specific artist, and here's the artist. Wigington out of Tahiti. Can't find a lot of Wigingtons, but I spent on these 6 plus some vintage chairs, a little gift for my mommy. Oh shoot, I was going to show that. Too late.
That's all right.
Some fabric and some, so everything all told was $400.
Really, Jason? And then they're asking in the chat, are you buying or selling any of these?
Here's the thing: I have no room, but man, I like all 6.
Oh, I know, really. They're gorgeous. They really are. So I
haven't decided yet. But in case you're not familiar with black velvets, here, so the grandfather, and I know we're way over, but let me tell you one more little bit of info. Edgar Leetag is the grandfather of black velvet paintings. He is the Gauguin of black velvet paintings. Although these were taken best offers, these are in the $3,000 range. Here's a couple of his right here. Always nudes, not always, but mostly. Here's a ship on black velvet with not a famous artist for $455. Here's just a Southeast Asian woman for $380, old and not new. And here's that picture I just showed you. Good painting on black velvet, good framing, but the one I got with that textured matting, way cooler. So if I sold that one, I'll sell that one for $400 or $500. That'll cover all my stuff.
Exactly.
So
hey, can you tell the spelling on the name of the black velvet painting of yours again? It started with a W.
Wigington. Here, I'll show it on the screen again. Wigington. And no, these are not listed in the adult category. There's nothing adult about them. They are just paintings of nudes, just like the Venus de Milo, just like the Statue of David. There's nothing salacious about it. There's nothing sexual about it. If you make it sexual, that's your own proclivities and your own hang-ups. I mean, that's all I got to tell you, because we had someone quit my group the other day because of a 1970s nude painting of a woman. Pulleys. If my mommy can see it, you can see it too.
Hey, if it makes me money, I'll sell anything.
Yes, it's a boob. Half of, or probably 3/4 of you watch right now, probably have 2 of them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But hey, if you don't want to buy the boobies, I'll buy them. Let me know where they're at. I'll come get them because I'll either put them up or I'll sell them. Good money in nudity, especially these old school 60s, 70s, paint by numbers, black velvet paintings, gravel art. All that stuff. Yes, Dean, you can open your eyes now.
And Diane Carson wants to know, will you sell them as auction or buy it now?
Probably a high buy it now because it's one of those products I don't want to get rid of. So if someone comes to me with the right money, I'll probably let it go. I probably won't even put best offer. I'll probably throw most of them up at a crazy price. Someone comes to me with their pocketbook open.
Yep.
I'll do it.
I know. I mean, it's yeah. You really scored on those, honey. Those are gorgeous, really. Okay, so I need to get myself back on the camera here. Hold on.
So someone said, "Oh, please." Yes, I'm definitely not going to mention them by name, but I've had a few people quit my groups over the years because of nude paintings. Not even like a graphic like Hustler magazine, a nude 1970s, and it was more of a really an educational post because the original poster was asking, hey, there's a little bit of dirt and damage to this painting. It just so happened to be a nude painting. Do I fix it? Do I clean it? How do I, if I do I let the buyer clean it? And someone got pissy and they're like, I don't want to see nudity. I have children. I'm like, boy, if your children are going to be that uptight that they can't see a painted boob, then they're going to have, a weird life. I'll tell you right now.
Everybody has their own thing on it, honey,
Oh, right. But don't be in my group causing a problem.
Yeah, right.
You don't know how my group is, and me by now, then, and you might be new, but in the group description, it says the group is not G-rated. I will not allow straight up porn and anything salacious, but man, especially these old paintings, they're works of art, just like the statue of David is a work of art. And I get it. Art is in the eye of the beholder. I thoroughly understand that. Most of you probably don't like all this, but I get it.
I have to say, Heather in the chat says, well, we all saw Peggy in her peignoir. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I'm not shy. Can you tell? And neither is my son. Do you want to show me?
But these are the kind of things that make you money. So why we teach it.
I know.
That's why we teach it. If you don't like these things, but you are at an estate sale, that's good money. And if you don't want to sell nudity, and I get it, we'll have our lines, but you might have a buddy, a cousin, a sister that lives near you that wouldn't mind selling it. So short of racist and, something against children, everything's worth some money. And so if you can make good money, why not? And if you don't want to touch it specifically, I sell a few products for friends that don't want to touch it, but they're like, I see the money, Jay. Can you sell it? I'm like, yeah, my line's a lot further away than most people's line. So.
Okay. So you want me to show the last thing that you bought your father?
Yes. So we talked about Witco. So Witco, it fits into every tiki place, even though most of it's not tiki. So the ship can kind of work into tiki because there's a lot of nautical in tiki. This item ain't tiki at all, but my dad liked it, and I bought it for him for Father's Day.
All right. So I'm going to turn my camera.
The ever elusive tiki llama or giraffe.
Okay. They're pretty good.
It's a magazine holder that it's either a giraffe or a llama.
Yeah, we aren't really sure. As you can see, we've
bring it closer, Ma.
All our tiki magazines are in here. Here's the head. It's a beautiful piece.
Yep.
And there's his legs. Okay. Yeah, there's his back end. Pretty cool. I love it. Nice piece, Jason.
Yeah. So, just because you find Witco and it's not tiki doesn't mean it's not worth some money. It's all tiki adjacent, and I have quite a few Witco pieces that are nothing to do with tiki. And every time some of my friends come over, they're like, "You want to sell that yet?" Because they're very sought after pieces. I got some rare ones hanging up. And guess what? I have found about half my Witco thrifting.
Yep, me too.
So,
me too. I mean,
and great question from Steve. Witco is not clearly marked at all.
No,
there is a look. It's a look I know within a second. It's a look my mom knows within a second. So if you're out and about and you're unsure, you message either one of us or hedge your bet and message both of us. One of us will answer pretty quick. We can tell in an instant by looking at it if it's Witco or not. So.
And that's the most we've ever paid for a Witco piece, ever. I mean, I think the other pieces have been like 60, 65, 40, 20. We've lucked out and found pieces that are
I bought the Witco Glow, but I paid $600 for it. But it's the piece I've always wanted. And one of the members of the thrifting board had found it thrifting, and he had asked me $500 for it. And it's worth about $1,000. I said, hey, if you can hold it for a couple of weeks, I'll give you $600. How's that sound? He was giving me a general. Oh, yeah. So here, just to show you, the last one sold for $1,500. So at $600, I got a screaming deal. But he only paid like $30 or $40 for it. So he made a lot of nice money. So that's the Witco Globe. Every single tiki person and every single mid-century modern person wants this piece.
Yep, it's one of those words.
Everyone wants it. Everyone.
Yes, so, those of you in the chat, yes, that is a Witco piece, the giraffe or llama or whatever you want to call it. That is also Witco. Yes.
Yep. All right, that's a long show. In a little over 12 hours, I got to get the hell out of here in LA. So I got a lot to do tonight. So that's our first hour and a half. Hey, you know what? We did a supersize for number 50. I guess just by accident. Right.
This was our number. And we won't be having a show next week because you're gone.
Yes, because I'll be on a plane home from St. Louis. So St. Louis, if you got anyone else that wants to join us, hit me up. classwithjason.com or hit me up. Going to LA tomorrow. I'll be on my phone. I'll keep track of everybody. And so Ma, thanks for being my co-host on the show.
Oh, you bet.
And I didn't believe we've hit 50 now. It's been a ton of fun. I love our audience. I love doing the show with you. So it's great.
You know, Mom's had such wonderful feedback from so many people, and I really can't thank you all enough for tuning in. And hopefully, you know, you seem to be enjoying our show. I love doing it. I love being in touch with all of you. Can't wait to meet so many of you at eBay Open that I have not met, and those I've already made friends with. So I have to thank Jason for getting Mom involved with the show. I'm loving it, having a ball at almost 75 years old.
Coming soon. Coming soon. All right, so for selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50.
And I'm Peg, and we are done.
And we're gone. Bye, buddy.
Bye,
see you Wednesday for Thrifty Business.